Hey, what's up everybody? I hope this video finds you doing well. Today we're going to turn a handle that we're going to turn into a chuck key for some of my Nova chucks. I do have a regular handle, but I actually saw Richard Raffin using a handle like this. I'm sure many of us have. I'm sure we all watch his videos. And I really like that handle better. I don't really care for the T-handle too much, so I figured I'd give this one a try. I have a bunch of these Allen keys sitting around. I made sure this fit. Got a bunch of cutoffs like this, so we're going to splurge and use a piece of walnut here. I already got it drilled out here. And then we'll fit this and we'll epoxy the key in when we're done. We're going to use a spindle gouge for most of this. This is about 4.5 inches wide or long, however you want to put it. This is our basic shape. I did do the drawing kind of backwards, so actually I think I'm going to do some lines on the back side of it. This will be the front side of it. So we'll get going here in a sec. All right, I'm going to use a spindle gouge for most, if not all of this process. And I got the lathe speed rolling around 2,500. All right, let's see what it would look like if we're down the round. Not quite. Got a little ways to go, but that's our basic shape. We'll keep going. All right, let's check that out again, see what we're looking like. Okay, just about there. Let's see what we got. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's do our final shape and then we'll get on to some sanding. All right, in general, I'm pretty happy with that shape. Feels good in the hand. I think it'll work well. We're gonna turn the dust collector on and move on to some sanding. All right, I got everything sanded to 320. I went first against the grain and then with the grain, try to get everything smoothed out as much as possible. 320 is probably pretty much overkill for something like this, but wanted to make it look nice. Now I'm gonna use this Easy Wood detailer. I'm going to turn a couple of lines in here and then I'll burn those lines as well. All right, there you go. Got our lines burned in there. Looks nice. Come back and add our finish and finish it off. All right, I'm actually gonna start to cut this off in the back here. And get it most of the way through, and then we'll have a little bit of sanding to do. Okay, that should be pretty good. Take it off the lathe. See, we'll have a little bit of cleanup to do right there as well. Okay, so I cut that a little crooked, so I'll definitely have to clean that up a bit. Okay, dust collector's on. We're gonna do a little cleanup to the bottom and just a little bit to the top. I got an 80 grit right here on the sanding pad, hooked into a Jacob's chuck in the headstock. We'll use 80 down for there to get that evened out, and then we'll move up to a much higher grit to finish it off. There we go, it looks pretty good. $120. $240. And $320. I'll do just a little bit of hand sanding with the 320, blending everything in, going with the grain. Same thing on the bottom. Okay, let's add some finish. All right, before we put our finish on, I'm actually gonna epoxy the Allen key in there. So this is just some 5-minute epoxy from Home Depot. I think it's Gorilla Epoxy. Put that in, gonna mix this up for a while. All right, I've been mixing that for a while. I'm just gonna use the skewer and add some right into our recess. And make sure I get it all the way down in there. Make sure I get it all along the walls. I want to have a good surplus in there. Okay, I feel that's pretty good. I'm just gonna grab a napkin real quick. Okay, making sure this is as clean as possible. All right, just gonna put it in, see how it goes. There you go. Got it in there. I'm gonna turn it a bit. Just like that. That epoxy will set in there. We'll be ready to go sooner than later. All right, this has been drying for a little bit. We still gotta let it cure overnight, but it's good enough to apply some finish. What I'm gonna use the Tried and True Original. Just a basic solid finish. Pretty easy to apply. If I can get it open here. There we go. You're supposed to apply this pretty thinly, so I have quite a bit on here right now. Definitely take the time to rub it in. Make sure I get in all the little cracks. All right. Got a good finish there. Let that sit for about an hour. Come back, wipe off all the excess, and then let it sit overnight. Burnish it a little bit. Come back, add another coat if you like. For the most part, there you go. Hope you enjoyed the project. Thank you for checking it out. If you want to see more of my work, go to 444woodworks.com. Until next time, keep those shavings flying.